All right. The Cleveland Browns just doubled down in the second day of the NFL draft. I was remarkably impressed with what they did. We were on here. Many of you probably watched the video earlier about the Cleveland Browns and how really, really impressive we thought that trade back was. It gave them more ammo in this second round. It's going to give them more picks next year. But first, I want to talk about something that they did with those picks, and that is this second day. If you're unfamiliar with this channel, my name's Craig. Me and my buddy Chris started this. We are Lions fans, but Browns, we get you. We've been there with you. For the last 30 years or so, our teams have really kind of mirrored each other. We understand each other, all right? Erie brothers or something, I think is what you say, down in Cleveland, which is kind of funny. But hey, I want to talk about some of the things that you did. I'm going to start by breaking down each pick, and then I'm going to get to what I actually believe is the best pick of this draft. I really believe it is the best pick of this draft for you, and it came at a spot where many of you probably went, why him? And I'm going to explain why him in a little bit. But first, let's get into what players you picked up. And it starts right here with linebacker Carson Schwesinger. All right, this is a guy who only started for 1 year. He was only a 1-year starter, but in that 1 year, he showed that his eyes, his ability to read what the offense is doing is at an elite level, and then he shows the athleticism to be able to back it up. That's what he is able to do. And you see that even in his stat line, 163 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 2 picks, 3 passes defense, and 1 forced fumble. In other words, he's a guy who does a little bit of everything. And when you're looking at that, what you have to say is this is good. When you look at scouting reports, when you watch him play on film, he looks like he plays fast. And he looks like he plays fast in one reason because he is fast. He didn't run the 40, which really isn't that important for a linebacker. It just isn't. But he showed extreme agility, which is important for a linebacker. He showed great explosion, which is great for a linebacker. And he did all of this even though he played at 225, was listed at 225. Every scouting report you read says it looks like he plays at 240. Well, he did do all this at 242 pounds at the combine. Size is there. Speed is there. Agility is there. Explosion is there. And you already knew about what these did. This is a phenomenal pick. Next, we get into what might be an even better pick, and that is running back, Quinshon Judkins. At some point, you have to realize that Nick Chubb is not going to be your running back forever. And this is a wonderful guy to sit and see let's see what Nick Chubb has. But at the same time, this is a wonderful guy to be able to take a heavy load off of him. And this has a guy who has the ability to be that same workhorse back. A lot of people think of Quinshon Judkins, and they simply know him as the guy who was the running mate for Travion Henderson at Ohio State. That's not what he's always been. In fact, he was a workhorse back before that. In his underclassmen years, he spent 2 of them at Ole Miss. He's only 21 years old. At Ole Miss, his first year in college, I want you to see this. This is the year right here under 88.2 PFF score. 275 carries, 1,567 yards, 5.7 yards per attempt, 16 touchdowns. Are you kidding me right now? That is a freshman in the SEC. He hasn't gotten worse. He just went to a different team and did different things when he went to Ohio State. Quite frankly, I think it was a smart decision for him to go to Ohio State, save his body a little bit for the NFL. Now he can go and he can come to the Cleveland Browns and he can be that workhorse back that they like. And this is a pick that I'm telling you, it will be 1,000 yards every single year. Every single year, it'll be 1,000 yards. How much do you like this pick? Was there another one you would have rather had at the time? Quinshon Judkins, if you couldn't get Omarion Hampton, if you couldn't get Ashton Jeanty, and you could have gotten Jeanty, I understand that, but you decided to be smart. You decided to go defensive tackle knowing that in the second round, you wouldn't be able to get a guy like Ashton. You wouldn't be able to get a defensive tackle of that caliber. And it's true. The last, I would say, truly good defensive tackle that went off the board was Tyleik Williams to the Detroit Lions at 28. After that, it really fell off. As far as running back goes, you still got a day one starting running back. No problem. No problem. A guy who has a chance to be a top 10 running back in this league. This is really, really good. Then you went out and you continued to value production. You went out and got Harold Fannin Jr., a tight end out of Bowling Green. Yeah, Bowling Green, believe it or not. And here's the thing about him that I enjoyed. His best games, all right, look at this. Grades by game. His second best game and his fourth best game graded of the season came against Penn State and Texas A&M. This is a guy who played well against the best competition. This is a guy who caught 1,555 yards receiving, 117 receptions, had a PFF score of 95.9. Now, different people talk, and they're like, all right, how good is he going to be? Is he big enough? What does the blocking look like? Is he athletic enough? Basically, what he showed at the Combine was he was adequate in all those positions, but what he showed in college was he knows how to get open, he knows how to catch the ball, and he knows how to run for a ton of yards. Now, let's go to what I believe may end up being the best pick. And this is very, very interesting. You are sitting there. You're on the clock, right? You're on the clock, and it's the third round. You're at pick 94. You got it from the Buffalo Bills, and everybody's like, all right, this is the time. This is when the Cleveland Browns draft Shedeur Sanders. And the Cleveland Browns said, we're not going to continue to run the organization and make some of the mistakes that we've made before, like with Deshaun Watson, where we have character issues and we just ignore them. Instead, what we're going to go out and do is we're going to go out and we're going to get a quarterback that is just as productive, that has been just as good, however, has been a model citizen in every sense of the term, but he also is just good. Here's the thing. PFF has these player traits rating system. Dillon Gabriel rates out better than pretty much anybody on here. His decision-making, top of the class. His poise, top of the class. His accuracy and touch, top of the class. His clean pocket accuracy, top of the class. His progressions, better than anyone else. His throwing mechanics, top of the class. And yet we're saying, oh, he's Kellen Moore. No, he is not Kellen Moore. I am telling you, this guy is closer to rookie Russell Wilson as an improviser than he is Kellen Moore. We act like he doesn't have an arm. He absolutely has an arm. He does. And that's the thing when I look at this guy and you look at his metrics across the board, they're good. Whether he has pressure, whether he doesn't have pressure. His adjusted completion percentage was 82%. And I know what you're thinking. Well, in Oregon, they have all the short passes and all this kind of stuff. Look, the dude can throw the football. His turnover-worthy play percentage, 1.6%, third best in his class, in college football. Not just in his class, in all of college football. He doesn't throw the ball, or he doesn't turn the ball over, and he makes completions at an extremely high rate. He gets the ball into playmakers' hands and lets them make plays. Isn't that what you want in Cleveland? You have a phenomenal defense. You've just recommitted to Myles Garrett. You've said defense is still going to be our calling card. You want a quarterback who can run an efficient offense that won't turn the ball over and put your defense in bad positions. That's Dillon Gabriel. You found it. He's short. So what? So what? It doesn't matter. The dude can straight up make plays. And if he's put in the right system, and I think he can be in Cleveland, it could be very successful. All right, let me know what you think of their draft so far. Throw a comment down below. It's good. It's good doing Browns videos again. It just feels right. It feels like they're so similar to the Lions. It just feels fun to watch them and root for them. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.